Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Not this one. This one. There. It's coming through both mics. All right, now it's working. Yo, yo. Working on this. Youngblood. Hey, everybody. All right. Working on this Youngblood double page spread. Chilling to some tunes as usual. Hopefully it's not too loud if anybody's listening in. Ugh, gotta get warmed up. I'm not liking anything I'm drawing. Let's go work on another area first. Come back to that. Do some Liefeld packs. Liefeld packs. All right. Hey, what's up, Nash? You talking about Starlight? I don't know. Probably not, but I thought about playing with the character again, and if I do, I'll tag him or send it to him and see. Oh, Rob Youngblood. Oh, yeah, actually, he just did. he was doing a contest on his Facebook group, and sorry, let me adjust some volumes. There we go. He was doing a contest on his Facebook group to draw 7 characters of Youngblood and post it up, and whoever won, he was actually going to make a cover. I didn't participate in it because I was on a deadline, so I couldn't do it, but I still kind of wanted to draw it. I'd sort of roughed out this page before the contest ended with the intention to try it out, but alas, gotta pay the bills, do the deadline, so. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway, just for fun, because I'm trying to do some warm up before I start on my comic too, which I'll start on pages right after this. But yeah, he got the rights back. I'm not sure the whole story, but actually, I don't think he has the rights back, but he made some sort of deal with the people who do. And he's going to be releasing new Youngblood comics in the new year. I think springtime they start coming out. Yeah, it'll be a trip to see Rob draws original characters again from that far back. Doing Shaft, Bad Rock. Yeah, I thought you were asking about this other project. I posted an old video I found earlier on Instagram based on Mark Millar's comic book called Starlight. If you've ever seen that, it's one of my favorite comics, and I had created a 3D animated version of it and done a few test shots, and I sent them to Mr. Millar himself on back in the Twitter days, and he saw him and liked him. It was around the time he started his deal at Netflix, where he had his Miller World deal there, and he could pretty much make any of his titles. They bought the rights to every title except for Wanted and Kick-Ass because those had already been made into movies. And I thought it included Starlight, but when I sent him the stuff, he said they looked cool, but Disney has the rights to Starlight. I'm like, God dang it, that one? Why? Why? I don't want Disney to do that one. It needs to be kind of gritty. They'll just pasteurize it. Just kind of ruin it. But it was to make a live action version too, which I don't know. I don't know about that. It could be cool. Um, get Arnold Schwarzenegger to play him, the main character. If you even know who he is. If you haven't read it, you don't even know who I'm talking about. So, um, but I recommend it because the art in it is really good too. Goran Parlov, he is awesome. Yeah, John Carter. He didn't. Let's see. Yeah, Disney has that, and it was. Come on. I kind of. It's a guilty pleasure. I'm one of the few people that do like it. I thought it was interesting, but it certainly did not perform for them. Oh, cool. So you have read it. Yeah. I I don't I think it's still on there. If you go to my art station, which is right, right there. I don't have much on my art station anymore, but I do have the renders of the Starlight thing, I believe. You could go check them out. No animation, but they're like renders from Blender, and it looks exactly like it would look like animated. Yeah, John Carter had some cheesy stuff though too. It cracks me up. Dotar Sojak. The names. Oh, Virginia. Trying to remember how Shaft's lower crotch area was designed, and there's so many different versions, but mostly just plain spandex. There's one where he's wearing like a codpiece, like a leather codpiece. It's ridiculous. And of course, as soon as I start streaming, then it hits you. Gotta use the restroom. Be right back. I'm back. Okay. Dang, this rotate button keeps not working, then I make a mark. There we go. Fixing the chat window too. Had it on the wrong end. So that everybody can see what's said on Twitch and YouTube. There we go. Stupid Life LD pads. They're fun though. They're iconic. It doesn't even make sense how they would attach. What's up, Garrett? Thanks. Struggling to get comfortable with my ink lens tonight. I feel so wobbly and stiff. I need to just do some more practice. Like, here. I'm gonna do this. Plus, if anyone's curious and we're an inker, if you ever became an inker, this is the kind of practice they'd have you do. Because I used to be an assistant inker, and before they'd let me touch pages, they'd have me just do warm-ups like this, just to get warmed up. Control. Just keep your straight lines consistent, as close together as possible, and try to keep it a similar weight. You would do this with a brush too, or a crow quill, but even more with the brush so you can practice your pressure on the page. You could do little dots and try to connect them, because then that helps you learn where to stop when you throw your lines, because nice smooth lines for inking come from using your arm more, so you can get a... Instead of using your wrist, you like throw it from your elbow. So we can rest your elbow and then just throw it. That way, like if you do it with your wrist, it's like that. But if you do it with your elbow, it's like nice and clean. So yeah. But also just doing some thick to thin and dots. It's like an old image style too of inking kind of floppy. I don't know, using thick to thin and little dots to break up lines. So like, get a little closer here. Yeah, just gives character to a simple line, you know. But yeah, then start doing your corner ticks. Start real thick, like you're blending to black. Try to keep them clean and uniform. At least here I do. Sort of the rhythm makes it look more appealing. And then you can start getting a little looser out here. Just kind of start fading them out. As slowly as you want. Actually, let me go back. Can even thick it up a little more here. Yeah. Just dirtying it up. Dirty corner of a wall. You could do some more down here. Now I'm just making a dirty wall. But hey, it's just moving your pen and getting warmed up, getting used to the control more than anything. And I just really need to warm up today. Let's see. Start thin. Some cool patterns going. Stuff's pretty fun. A lot of the time I just jump into the page, but then I end up redoing stuff a lot too. I should probably just stick to doing this stuff. Let's see here. Okay. Love this brush though. It looks just like on rough paper. It's cool. This is probably boring for everyone to watch, but hey, inking practice so that the page will look better. Feels good once you can get longer strokes that are clean and consistently spaced. It's like, all right. Could have been a little better there. Little image style cross hatching. I mean, this is an image comic. You go full on old school. Like every chest is. You draw a guy's chest. every chest was thickened and crosshatched. Oops. Then give him a nip right there. A little girly laugh. There we go. Yeah. A little bit more here and I'll be ready to jump back on shaft. Hmm. It's interesting though, when you're inking digitally, I want it to look like traditional inks as much as possible, but it's weird. A lot of people will use stabilization on a pen, but on this one, I don't use any. Like I can get a nice clean stroke with a nice tip and a nice head on each side of the line. But if I turn on stabilization, it like has these weird pullouts at the end. I mean, it ends differently. See how it's thick to thin like that. Just like part of the brush settings, I guess. But yeah, it's harder to get. Yeah. It just, I mean, you can still get really nice lines, but it's just, it acts different and it feels like it's holding me up more than helping sometimes. Because, yeah, I hate, see how these are? I really hate how that tapers out. I want it to be more gradual, but that's just me throwing a line. I don't really have much control over it. So if I turn it off, I can just see. There you go. Much more gradual, controlled pattern there without these weird bloopy things. But yeah, it's starting to look nice. All right. Let's try it. Let's go back in, see how bad it is. Oh yeah, see that in there? Yeah, I pretty thoroughly mapped it as anatomy out beforehand. All this chest stuff. I made his muscles overlapping upward though, which doesn't look as good with the foot twisted down. So I gotta fix that. Yeah. Maybe I'll just leave it less clear. Do you not hear the synthwave on the stream? Let's see here. Do you not hear the synthwave on the stream? Maybe it's not coming through. Let's see. That's interesting. It's just been quiet this whole time then. I was turning the volume up and down. It says it's coming out though. Let's see. That's interesting. It's just been quiet this whole time. I was turning the volume up and down. It says it's coming out. Let's see. I enable desktop audio. Sorry, one sec. Get this fixed. Then back to drawing. Maybe Mike. Nope. Sorry. Should be a. That is strange. Let's see. You know what? I can also go here. I'll share a screen. Should be letting some through now. Let's see. Try this again. I screwed it all up here. Hang on one sec. It will be fixed momentarily. There we go. How's their music? Alright. Now it's going. Yeah, turn it up a little bit. Let me know if it's too loud. Yeah. I was trying a new thing using OBS to stream through StreamYard. The StreamYard is kind of limited, but sound I gotta hack. I'm also getting double audio or vocal. Jesus Christ. You know, I'm actually gonna switch off OBS. Hang on, I'm gonna disappear for one more second. Sorry, this is probably so annoying. Alright, there we go. It's just messed everything up here. There. Alright, almost done. Bring the synthwave back now. God. Go. Alright, all back to normal. Jesus. Sorry about that. Experiment failed. Back to just straight StreamYard here, which is fine. I don't know if you're still there, Garrett, but if you are, what are you up to these days? hopefully working. So many people not working. Been super lucky I made it through the layoffs. We were doing it Blizzard. Whew. Cleaned house. Oh. Yeah. It's not uncommon right now, unfortunately. I'm glad you've found a different gig for now too, though, because I've been hearing a lot of people who have trouble getting non-industry jobs too, because they think, oh, as soon as the industry picks back up, they'll just bail after we've spent all this time training them and getting used to it. And so then they won't hire them, so like you're double screwed. So it sucks. But oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, good luck with those, man. I worry. I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably be at Starbucks or something. I don't know where I'd even apply. Getting older too, so it's weird to start over. Does Barnes & Noble give you some discounts at least? It'd be hard to make money there because I'd want to spend it all. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I've been doing some freelance on this side, which has been kind of busy. Like, wouldn't normally do as much of it because it kind of burns you out working at nights and weekends on top of the day gig, but I worry about keeping the job, or if it just disappears one day. It'd be nice if there's at least a couple clients I might have a little bit of work from, but it's tough. No, I didn't hook it up at Lightbox or anything. This was actually already going on. I actually had to leave Lightbox early to work on what I was working on. But I did do a panel at Lightbox, just for Noman. But yeah, I just spent 3 months doing yeah, I can't say I have the bandwidth. I actually just delivered everything a week ago, about a week and a half ago on Sunday morning. And man, I was so relieved. And now I don't even want to work in 3D the rest of the year. I just want to work on my comic. I'm going to draw a comic, which is why I'm starting to live stream it a lot now, and I'm drawing this as kind of a warm-up. Alright, I'm not going to switch something. So that I can start on pages in my comic, but I haven't drawn anything in like 3 months hardly, so I'm just so rusty. I need to get all warmed up. And then I've written the script. It's about 30 pages, 37 actually. But yeah, it's called Punish. It's gonna be super violent, and I'm just gonna draw most of it on stream, I think, just so people can watch, because I love watching people make comics on stream, like actually finishing pages, not just like, here's how you draw a comic book head. It's like, no, I want to see you draw all that whole page, man. Every last line, but not really crazy like that. Well, like people who are into process, process porn. Have you ever looked on Fiverr for work or anything? I've heard it's a bit of a cesspool, but I've also heard it's good for helping people get by sometimes too. So I don't know. And that's just randoms, not really from friends. So I can't honestly say how good fiber is. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too. And then I'll hear someone say, "Oh, I've been, you know, I quit my job and went freelance 3 years ago. I started out by just taking every Fiverr job I could, and then I got some consistent clients out of that, and I just working for them for the last 2 years." So, well, I guess there's that, but I wonder what kind of work they're actually doing. You know? How rare is it to get clients that are that cool instead of like blinky and weird? And yeah, I don't know. If it goes bad, don't blame me. It's just like I said, I've been very near being laid off twice this year at Blizzard, and freaked me out. So I've been, you know, browsing LinkedIn, the background, keep trying to be aware of what's out there, trying to see if there's freelance stuff, just trying to plan for the worst. There's no rhyme or reason to it either. Oh god, actually Fiverr, I just was looking on there last week, and they have an entire section of like 20 different AI jobs, which is like, ugh. But there's still a really healthy illustrators listing in there too. But like I said, who knows if those clients are any good or paying fair rates. I don't want jobs paying $50 to draw someone's D&D character for the next 9 months or something, you know, stuff like that. I'd do that for a friend or something. I don't know. It doesn't sound interesting. Like doing tattoos. I'm not interested in that either. Some people love it. Oh yeah. I think me too, because I'm getting in the groove now. I'm not struggling with the line work. Gotta be careful I don't zoom in and get too thin though, because this is actually a full size 2 11 by 17 11 by 17 pages side by side. So physically it's huge, but I keep drawing really tiny, and then when it's actually shrunk down, I printed out an early version of it the other day, and I had to thicken up a lot of these lines through the torso and stuff. Like, they were starting to disappear, so they'll disappear when they print. So the danger with digital: zoom in too much, draw too small, and spend time doing detail that's not even needed or fully seen. Oh, sweet, the unemployment thing. Awesome. That'll save your ass big time too, I know. There was a point when I lived up in San Francisco, and this is a long time ago now, but it was after 9/11 and I worked in advertising. And I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was out of work for, I think, yeah, I was working in advertising in San Francisco, and I was out of work for, I think, 11 or 12 months or something like that. Might have been closer to a year and a half, but there was only a certain amount of time you could actually get unemployment, even if you were looking for work. And it was coming up to that, and because after 9/11 everyone got laid off. My girlfriend who I lived with was also laid off, so we didn't have a single friend who was employed for over a year up there. And we we would have layoff potlucks because no one had any money to buy a full meal, so we'd all make one dish and we'd all hang out and bitch and whine about how many resumes we sent out that week and share each other's food. But the same thing happened. I was starting to run out of unemployment. I got this really cheesy job at Williams-Sonoma's corporate office up there, and it was only for like 3 months, and it was just me archiving like reports from their testing labs when they test candles and shit like that. And it was all like every employee there was a woman except for me, and I don't know if they all hated each other, but the office was dead quiet because none of them would ever speak a word to each other. Like, they would speak to each other for work, but I never saw a single one of them like hanging out, having casual conversation, or going out to lunch or anything. The only two people I saw going out to lunch were my supervisor and her assistant, and they'd been working there together for a while. So yeah, it was weird. But it was fine. It was an okay job, cool area, city. And it was just enough time for me to qualify for another like year and a half well, actually I think it was like 9 months of unemployment, which saved my ass because I would have been screwed. So yeah, a long way around to saying I feel you on the Barnes & Noble. Feels just like that, you know, except I didn't get discounts. Yeah, I used to get testing reports in from these testing labs like in Indonesia and stuff, and they had the there was one person I used to correspond with a lot. It was this woman, and her name was Circle. And there was another really weird one too, I can't remember now, but Circle just cracks me up. Butter Jolt, what's up? What up, what up? Welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, you can't all see the chat. Oh yeah, here, I can do this now. Butter Jolt just said hello. And Garrett's here from YouTube. He likes to say this word. Anyway. Yeah, I was trying OBS earlier to stream through this, but the sound wasn't working, but that way I could actually show the chat from all the platforms I'm streaming to, so... But, now it's not. It didn't work, so I had to go back to just straight StreamYard, so... Oh, with OBS through StreamYard? Yeah, it actually worked really good. I just have to experiment a little and figure out the sound. I'll do it, because, yeah, OBS you can use just as straight OBS, but instead of saying go live or start recording, you just say start virtual camera. And then when you go into StreamYard, you just have your little camera thing that pops up automatically. Oh, the stream bit is called StreamYard. It's like a web-based streamer. I'm using it because I'm going to start co-streaming with 2 other people starting next weekend, and we might try to do a semi-regular thing. And this is an easy way to just send them a link and they can just log in. They don't even need an account. It'll just add them to your stream. But yeah, OBS you just set up in there. You set up your little layout of screens, and then you just turn on the virtual camera. And then when you turn on your camera in StreamYard, instead of picking your webcam, you just pick the virtual cam, and then it just pops right on. And it had sound enabled too, so it was taking my mic through OBS, but it wasn't getting the browser music, so I just gotta solve that, because the audio is definitely feeding through correctly. Yeah, it'll be interesting. There's 2 other guys I used to, well, one guy I used to work with in comics, actually. He's the guy who taught me how to ink. His name's Chuck Gibson. He used to work for Wildstorm Studios back in the day. Check out his inks and stuff. But I used to kind of just go hang out at his house late at night, and he'd let me sort of rule lines and work on backgrounds of pages, and just, I'd have to fill a whole page with that practice stuff before he'd even let me touch a page, because we were inking on the original pages, then no digital or anything. I was scared shitless to touch the original pencils of a page. Yeah, we smoked a lot of pot at the time too, so we would just get high and ink all night until the late hours of the night. It was fun. Talk about comics. So he's one of the people we're going to stream with now. He's been semi-retired from comics for a little while, but he still is doing a lot of cool art and helping out on some indie stuff. He's helping out this guy named Rob Norton, who has a YouTube channel too, where he does like comic reviews and stuff that are pretty funny. And he put out an entire massive 5-volume fan art comic called Master's End, and it's all fan art from Masters of the Universe characters, and it's super brutal and awesome. I highly recommend checking it out. He's got a pretty good stream. He draws on there a lot too. So the three of us are going to try to stream together. So, some drawing and talking comics. Yeah, I've been practicing. Yeah, Butter Jolt. Let's see. So you can all see. Yeah, I've got a pretty beefy machine because I do a lot of 3D animation work and rendering too. So aside from the drawing, it has to be pretty powerful. I built it over the pandemic and just specifically produce an animated short, which I've been working on, so as well as freelance work. So, but yeah, the traditional scares me too. I'm so rusty with it, but I've been trying to draw traditional some so I can get used to it again, because I want to be able to sell art, do commissions, and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know if I can dive into the entire comic on traditional yet though, so I think I might just keep it digital to save time too, just so I can get it done. I don't want another excuse to not start because, you know, oh, I want to get better at traditional inking now. It's like, no, just start. Freaking do it. I'll just do it digital then. But Chuck and Rob, who I'll be streaming with, they both work traditionally, so don't put me to shame there. Yeah, not that I'll ever be like this, but we were talking. These are Rob Liefeld's characters, the guy who created Deadpool, and there's a page from his old New Mutants comic, which was the first appearance of Deadpool and Wolverine together, I believe, and it just sold on Heritage Auctions for $980,000, so nearly $1 million went straight into Rob Liefeld's pocket for that. It's like, my god. But there's a lot of pro comic artists too that I hear doing commissions and stuff, and they'll get paid, you know, thousands for them. As far as book recommendations, yeah, in-depth guide is, I mean, the most in-depth guide you could get is actually just studying cinematography and reading comics and seeing the choices they make. But, you know, if you learn really good gesture drawing, anatomy and stuff, then you can kind of use your storytelling skills from cinematography to just throw it together and draw, you know, pretty much in any pose. But, you know, like dynamic style figure drawing would be valuable, like, I'm trying to think of the name. This is my absolute favorite gesture drawing and anatomy book that I would recommend. Let's see. Here we go. There's these Morpho books right there. These are awesome. And it's sort of rough pencil drawing, but man, it is, especially for comic book artists, it just feels like you're drawing in comic book style, and they really break the, you know, they break the body down into really readable, easy to understand shapes. And then they'll even get detailed with muscles like that, you know. And then they just got the, after they show you all the traditional stuff, they'll just have, you know, opposed stuff. You can just flip to the back and there's pages and pages of them just drawing, you know, fully anatomy style muscle, you know, all the muscles and stuff to see how they all move in the bones. So, great. But yeah, I mean, that would be my best suggestion, honestly, other than a specific tutorial. It's more just the stuff that got me the best was doing life drawing, because it helps you stay loose, and then just learning the anatomy so you can apply it, and then the both sort of start gelling together. And then, you know, talking to comic book artists and getting their advice too, because a lot of them are really receptive to look at your stuff and give an opinion. I spent years going to San Diego every year, and I'd sit for 6 hours to talk to one editor and show him my portfolio and stuff. Is that your subtle way of asking me about her, Joel? No, just kidding. Oh, you should, we'll chat about it here, man. Wait, do you do comic book art? Is that your thing? Or what kind of art? Are you doing a different kind of art, or? I mean, is comic art your goal, it sounds like? I wouldn't say the talent isn't there, though. You know, it's not easy to get there, you know? And sometimes it does feel like you have zero talent, but, you know, I mean, I have lifelong practice now, but, God. I even spent several years trying to get into comics, and I ended up just abandoning it because I didn't think I was ever going to make it or get into it, and I ended up leaving and getting into a whole nother industry. I went back to school and got into visual effects, like computer stuff. But in the end, it actually kind of pays better than comics, but I still have that drive. I'm like, I wish I'd been doing comics the last 20 years or something. So. But yeah, a lot of it is just consistency and persistence. Even if you're hating it, just draw. Like, keep your hand moving every day if you can in a sketchbook. You don't even have to show anybody. Even if you're like watching TV or something, just like be doodling while you're watching it, or try to doodle a quick pose or something in the 2 seconds they're standing there, you know, even if it's just a stick figure. I don't know how to point you to the right one, but if you look up too, there's a thing called automatic drawing that people do, which is like, it's like a warm-up people like Jack Kirby would do, Mobius would do it, and it's just a way of just keeping your pencil moving on the page. You're just making shapes and loops and swerves. It's stuff that doesn't even have meaning, but it's just sort of like what your natural flow is, and it kind of just gets your hand moving and gets you warmed up, and ideas start coming. You don't feel like you're struggling as much with every line. Hey man, that's enough. You got the pencil. Just draw all over the wall. You got blood too, like a crazy person. Just draw blood in this cell wall in prison or something. How old are you? Are you old enough to drink? Yeah, that's cool. With Garrett, that sounds cool. Oh, you're 19, okay. Like, I'm not asking if you can drink as a suggestion to eat, but one thing that helped me get a really good community of artists, like-minded artists in the past, is there'll be what they call drink and draws. Seems like most big cities and stuff will have one, and And it's really just like a once a week or even maybe once a month gathering of a bunch of comic artists, and they'll just get together and just kind of doodle, drawing whatever, and chatting with each other and having drinks, and it just kind of helps you loosen up, and being around other people doing the same thing kind of gets you inspired, and just being around other people doing good work can kind of help influence your work too. Oh, damn. That's just all the more reason to be the one. If you want to be the one. I mean, if it's what you want, man. Just... I don't know. I'm not an advice giver. The way I think of it is like, even if you never made money with the art, or much money, you can find a way to just keep doing it. It's all worth it. Just like, no matter what you do, if you just stop doing it and give up on it, it'll stick with you forever, your entire life. You'll always wonder what if, or just wish you could get back to it. So, but hey, it doesn't have to be a career either. I certainly couldn't make a career doing illustration and comics. This is more in free time outside of my day job, which is as an animator, 3D animator. So. Oh yeah, if you're... Oh wait, here. There we go. Well, if it's bathroom art, it could almost be a theme for your first gallery show. There's a Seinfeld episode. Yeah, you could say you did all this, you know, you do a whole gallery of your art. Say, I did these all in the bathroom. And it'll be like, well, if you're 19, you probably haven't heard of it, but there's an old comedy troupe called Kids in the Hall, and they had a skit they did where there's this guy working in a business office with a bunch of people, and he's like the assistant. And well, no, he's one of the businessmen, but he's like, they're having meetings and looking at reports and drinking coffee and stuff, and every time they pick up a report or pick up a drink of coffee, they look at him because he made it, and they're like, you made this in the bathroom, didn't you? Or you made this naked, didn't you? And he'll just like sit there and get it, and they all get all upset. I don't know, that's a really bad explanation. It's hard to explain the comedy of it. It's more in the way they acted it. Well, I'll tell you one other thing too. One other thing too. Trying to find it here. Oh yeah, here it is. So, if you go to a Twitch stream called Anthony Wheeler Art, because you're on Twitch, look for Anthony Wheeler Art is the name of its channel. He's a children's book illustrator. And he does a daily stream, and he has a lot of just live drawing and chatting with people, and people draw along with him, and he sort of picks a theme and like a character, and everyone just does their own. And he has a Discord community too through his page that's very active with a lot of artists that are kind of looking for the same, just kind of community and inspiration. And sometimes they'll all get on video on Discord, and you can get in his Discord and sort of communicate with people and get some inspiration as well, and even post your art up and get some opinions, you know, because he likes to give advice, and a lot of the artists in there are actually really talented and can give good advice too. So the Discord is definitely worth being in, and I don't have a whole lot of time in there, but I'm in it, so definitely around. So yeah, Anthony Wheeler Art. He writes it all as one word. But yeah, that should find it for you. So, because yeah, I've been a little bit artistically lonely lately, because my wife works out of town a lot, and I'm just kind of at home drawing a lot, and feels a little isolated sometimes. And he's one of the streams I've been watching to sort of, you know, feel like you're chatting with fellow artists while you work and stuff. So that's the reason a lot of other people are there. Yeah, for sure. Hope you enjoy it. And hey, maybe we'll see each other on the chat there, and watching his stream. He usually goes live, I think, around 3 or 4 on weekdays, and then maybe one day on the weekends, but it is daily on the week. Of course, we are definitely not in America, it sounds like, but it's the Thanksgiving holiday this weekend, so there's a chance he might not be streaming the rest of this week because it is a holiday weekend, and Thanksgiving is Thursday, and it's like family and stuff. So if he's not on much this week, you know, don't despair. He'll be back for sure next week doing regular streaming daily. Okay, yeah, these legs are feeling better now, thank God. Let's work on this hair. Getting warmed up because the edibles are kicking in. Nice, dude. That's cool. Yeah, it's cool to have you hanging out. I haven't chatted with you in a while. Yeah, Anthony Wheeler art. Oh, sure. Oh shoot, I forgot to turn my screen back on. I'm so stupid. There you go. I'm such a bad streamer. You guys are just looking at my face there up close. But yeah, I was getting the, I think I got the legs down now. I'm pretty happy with how they're looking, so. Still gotta do his bow and his fingers, but yeah, getting there. Getting his crazy wild shaft hair. He has crazy hair, man. But it'll be kind of fun. Yeah, lonely artist. Definitely is a type of endurance you have to learn. Especially like doing illustration or boards or... It's just you alone day after day for hours. No working with a team like effects and animation, but I kind of prefer that. I don't want to go into an office. I want to have my own space to just put my head down and crank. As I've gotten older, I've really hated working in offices with other people. I just want to work for myself and by myself. Or give me a freaking office so I don't have to be in a bullpen with 10 people. Ugh, hate that. I used to not care, but now it really bugs me. Yeah, that would be different. Like if I had my own little studio of artists, you know, like a bunch of comic artists or something, and we were all working on stuff together too, or maybe did a project together. Like that's kind of one of the goals. I call everything's my brand is Ginger Bear House Studio now, which is I've been doing mostly solo work, but it's, you know, character design and 3D animation and Blender mainly. And be nice to get a client that would pay for a bigger project, and then I could just hire some friends. We could work on it together. Plus, I'll be the boss, so I can tell my friends what to do. No, I hate telling people what to do too, but it'd be great to... I like having little small crews working on stuff together. Blizzard's cool too, though, but it's, Blizzard is not a small crew. Oh, well, I mean, some people might like it, but it's mainly that, like, most of the way I work now is I just need to, like, put my head down and focus and get work done. I don't want to, you know, be seeing people walking by, just, you know, like visual noise just distracting you a lot of the time when you're trying to get in the zone. And it's not too bad, I'm just being a whiner about it, too. But also, you know, it feels like you intend to sit with your back to everyone. I feel like everyone's just kind of looking over your shoulder, whether it's good or bad. I don't like it. If I could sit in a corner facing out to everybody, you know, it would feel a little more private. I don't know. I think it's a symptom of COVID, actually, too. I'm sure they are, yeah. But no, there is... Well, I can't get into too many details because I am live streaming and I don't want to, like, say anything bad about work. Because there's not really anything that bad about work. But even stuff that might annoy me sometimes I don't want to say. But yeah. Because I don't have any issues with my whole team there. They're awesome. So it doesn't really make sense that I'm annoyed with it. But yeah, it's a bit of a symptom of COVID. I just got so used to... Even there, I worked from home for 3.5 years, and I was really productive, and I got really good at that mindset and working. And now it's hard to go back. Can't really reset back to the office stuff. Also, my wife is a flight attendant, and she's stationed in San Francisco right now. And so she has to live out of town part-time, which kind of sucks, because she has to kind of live in San Francisco, where she's based, because she's sort of on call several days a week. So it'd be nice if I could work remote and just move up there closer to her. Or if she transferred down here, we could move somewhere cheaper. Not that there's any of those places left, but man, everything's so expensive right now. Yeah, I think so. In more ways than just the working situation too. Oh my god. Not anywhere, not anything that I'd see in my lifetime. So many things I didn't think. Yeah, I think that's pretty much exactly it. It does feel like something like that. Just a real brain fuck. It's really weird. Try not to stress about any of it too much. It definitely is a distraction though. It can make it hard to be creative and do this shit for sure, man. There we go. Where'd it go? Weird. The ruler just disappeared. Oh, there it is. God. Why is it doing that? Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, they feel bouncy. Really bad about naming my layers, as you'll see the results of now. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, it's a nice breakup from all the sleek kind of muscle connecting together too, because it's like it's something you see so commonly too. It's nice to have something fresh. So, thanks, dude. Let's talk about pouches. Have you seen Rob Liefeld's character? Because you know how everyone makes fun of Rob Liefeld's pouches. He actually made a character that's called Pouch, and he's an entire character made out of pouches. It's pretty funny, actually. I never would want to draw him though. God, it would take forever. If you haven't seen it, Google Rob Liefeld's Pouch, I think is what it's called. Dude. I will be back in 1 minute. I'm just gonna go refill my drink real quick. Yeah, you looked it up. That's freaking hilarious. Does it shoot pouches? Speaking of animation, I heard Sony might be buying some huge anime studio, which could be interesting. I don't know if that'll bring any work to the US or not, but it is a big animation studio, so you never know. But I like that they're investing in animation in general, so more of that, please. Yeah. Become a mangaka. Get your start. Be some hard work. Yeah, definitely. Hmm. My StreamYard just exited, but I'll be back now. Oh, nice. Hopefully it's alright. It's hard to say. One thing about Fiverr is I think they take a small fee for jobs you get there too, though. Hey, whatever pays the bills. I've done that before too. Not hentai, but the when I was laid off for nearly 2 years after 9/11, commission art was really big on YouTube at the time, and I could sell like a 9x12 drawing of a single character for like 80 to 120 bucks every once in a while. So I was doing that, but it seemed like every other one was asking me to either draw Scully from X-Files topless, or Wonder Woman topless, or there was this other actress at the time, I can't remember who she was. She's in some werewolf movie. They'd always ask me to draw them topless. It got really old, but hey, it paid the bills for a while. And I was still drawing at least, so... I'm surprised they didn't ask for Kate Beckinsale. No, it actually, she wasn't a big actress. She was in she was kind of like a more of a B movie. She would have been like a girl that was like in Halloween or something, you know, and then didn't do much else. I can't remember the name of the movie though. It's been too long. It might have even been before Kate Beckinsale. This was a long time ago. No, I mean Underworld must have come out by then. Maybe not. It might have been right before. That's really dating myself, but it was also earlier days of YouTube, of eBay, so whole different beast. Some layers. It's getting ridiculous. Yeah, sure is. And hey, while you're off, do what I'm doing, draw a comic book. This is my warm-up to start working on my comic. I wrote it a little while back, and I just plotted it out as 37 pages a couple days ago. It's called Punish. It's kind of a play on 90s era Punisher. When Will Patashio used to draw him, but it's kind of my version of him. It's called Punish. It's kind of a parody of it in a way, but the what's up here? But yeah, I just want to draw the rest of the year and any free time I have, so I'm gonna start working on that. This is my warm up. Got sand, and then yeah, I have an Instagram for it now called Punish Comic, and that's where I'm starting to post stuff. I only have a couple pieces on there now, but That's part of this whole streaming thing I'm doing too. I'm just kind of getting used to streaming regularly before I take it too seriously. Because I'm just gonna start doing as much of the book as I can on stream while I work on it. Because I love when artists just stream doing a whole page and a whole art page. Guess not everybody likes that, but I mean, more pandemic talk here, but Jim Lee, over the pandemic, he started doing regular live streams, and he would, when he was working on pages, he would stay up all night. Maybe it was before the pandemic. It was early days of Twitch. Oh, it was a few years ago on Twitch. And he would just start streaming at like 10 o'clock at night, and he would just be starting a page that he was doing for Superman at the time. And he'd be like, yeah, I gotta finish this by morning. And he would just work on it for like 8 hours straight on stream. You'd see everything. His roughing it out, his pencils, every time he erases and redoes it. Yeah, he still has some of them on his YouTube. You can go look at Jim Lee's YouTube, and there, if you search through his videos, look for the ones that are like 6 to 8 hours, and they're awesome to watch. Just him drawing entire pages from start to finish, and it's just like, he's so good, so fast too. Yeah, there's a man that knows patches. This highlight messages is so cheesy. It's kind of interesting, but I wish they'd just let you show the chat too. But I'll sort that later. Definitely, dude. Just depends on how well you can paint it. I mean, there's job security and Paw Patrol, that's for sure. Are you staying in town for the holidays, Garrett? Or is your family here? Cool. Me too. My wife's home for a few days from San Francisco, so we're just gonna hang out. She's actually sick right now too, so. Nosferatu Christmas, nice. Is that when it's coming out? Like, you're talking about the movie, right? Or is that kind of what you're referring to? The movie? It is, man. I cannot wait. Christmas Day, wow. That's gonna be great. Although there's a chance I might go on a trip. Maybe not Christmas Day, but over New Year's. So. Yeah, she has to kind of live up there part-time for like 3 to 5 days at a time, and then she'll be home for like from 2 to 4, 5 days. Depends. But that's the life of a flight attendant. But then we can fly anywhere for free too, which is cool. She's trying to transfer to LA, but San Francisco's a huge hub for United, which is who she works for. And as big as LAX is, it's not a big United hub. It's more Delta Air. So there's not as many slots to transfer down here. So she's been on the waiting list for over a year, but hoping pretty soon. She's moving down the list. Getting close. Fingers crossed. Yeah, she's a flight attendant. She started about 1.5 years ago. She got laid off from her job too. It had been sort of teetering through the pandemic anyway, but she didn't like it anyway. She was relieved. Her boss was not a nice guy. He was could be a nice guy, but he would turn into a monster too. That doesn't make up for it. So yeah, she was relieved and she went to training to be a flight attendant and all went really well. She's loving it. But yeah, we can fly anywhere for free. It's like one of the perks, but you just have to fly standby. So there's that sort of risk, but otherwise it's a pretty sweet deal. Yeah. Now, we had an issue for a while, like we couldn't just go at the drop of a hat for too long because we had a senior cat who was super high maintenance, but and it was tough to get a babysitter for that long or that last minute if we wanted to go at the drop of a hat, so I loved him, he was my buddy, but he was a pain in the butt too, but he passed a few weeks back, so that's been a real bummer, but it does open up freedom to travel more at the drop of a hat, so as long as I get days off work. That's another reason I want to freelance too, or work remote, because it gives me more freedom to do stuff like that. And my commute is the worst, which I think we talked about. Freaking 3 hours a day, 100 miles a day, driving down there to Irvine. Very little mobility with Parker? What do you mean? Oh, yeah, that's right. I met Parker. Yeah, it's tough with the pet to go, so I love that cat, but we're not gonna get another pet for a while. Yeah, need a break from that. Plus, it's just not to get all sad, but man, we had to put him to sleep here at home, which was great. It was the best place he could be, but man, it like rips your heart out. It's one of the worst things ever, watching that happen. So I don't know if I can go through it again for a long time, if ever. Definitely makes me not want another pet, though, just for that alone. But eventually we'll probably end up with a dog. Yeah. Oh man, this guy's almost done. I just gotta start putting some reflections of his metal. Wow, I'm still streaming on Instagram too. Instagram's supposed to kick you off after an hour, and I've been going over 2 for their live. You know.
For your head.
Pretty overall, as long as it's like synthwave or chillwave. There's like there's some stuff out there it's getting like borderline heavy metal and stuff with like a lot of cheesy guitars and stuff, but it's like hard metal version of synthwave or something. Like bands like Perturbator is one of them, but sometimes they do really cool stuff, but then sometimes it's just like, ugh, sounds horrible. But yeah, as long as it's all like kind of just spacey stuff like this, I like dreamy, spacey stuff. But I do like a beat too. It's weird. I don't always want like chill wave. It's almost like ambient music. Yeah, dark synth, but some of it's good. So like if I go to a dark synth playlist or something, some of it's good. It's consistent. But also, I'm glad I like synthwave because there's so many just live synthwave streaming channels on YouTube that I just put on the background for this and have decent music without getting copyright claims. I could wear headphones, but it feels weird if like people signed into the stream and it's just like violent, you know, scratchy sounds from me. Although maybe it's a good ASMR for some people. Yeah, definitely. I'm actually gonna take a break here in a bit and go see what my wife's doing, grab a little snack before I finish this thing up, but I might do the same. Take a little break and then come back and finish it up in the later hours with some chill wave. In an uncomfortable way. I mean, I can definitely get into some dark synth too because, you know, I used to be pretty hardcore goth when I was in my 20s. And a lot of dark synth kind of reminds me of goth a little bit sometimes, like good old school goth, not like this cyberpunk emo shit, you know, like the 2000s, but like old stuff like John Carpenter and Bauhaus and oh yeah, synth pop. I don't know. Sounds about right. Finish his chrome pieces on his body and then call it for now. Yeah, 10-15 minutes probably. What's the... I'm not familiar with Midnight by name. There's a lot of bands I don't know by name. I just know the music. There's actually a there's a band I'm kind of hot and cold on. Like they do some of the real hard metal stuff, but then they do some really cool spacey stuff too. It's I don't know his name here. I'm having a brain fart right now because I know the band really well, but he saw some of my cyberpunk sort of art and stuff a while back, and we chatted. He's like, hey, maybe you do something with me for my next album. And I'm like, holy shit, yeah. But then I just haven't had any time to even think about it for the last year. But I want to follow up on it because it's next year he's supposed to do it. But shoot, I cannot find it now. Total brain fart. If you asked me an hour ago, I would have known it right off the bat. But, oh well. Oh yeah, I know what it is. Carpenter Brute. Oh yeah, I probably know their music, I just don't know my name. Yeah, if you look up this guy too, he does some... His live shows are insane. But yeah, I kind of want to follow up with him. It'd be kind of cool if we got to do like a little bit of something for him. Like, oh yeah. Let's see if you get that. There's also Daniel Ash of Bauhaus is like, he's my favorite musician of all time, and he lives in Indo, or in Indo? God, it's like I'm drunk or something tonight. I can't remember the name, but Indio? I think it's Indio. And he's been touring and stuff with Love and Rockets, but he's got another couple guys he's been doing a side project with. I think one of the guys is from Pop Will Eat Itself, and one guy was like the bassist from Sade. Like a real trippy blend, but it's called Ashes and Diamonds is the name of the band. They haven't released anything yet. They've just sort of announced it and teased it. But I wrote to that website and I ended up hearing back from, I think it's Daniel Ash's girlfriend. And she said she showed it to them and they liked it, so they were going to maybe talk about it as they enter the release video phase, but I never heard anything, so I gotta follow up. But you know, they haven't released anything either, so I think tours for other bands are getting in the way. But man, that would be a freaking dream. But one thing I learned though, because I did a video for AWOL Nation, videos do not pay very well. I got paid probably a tenth of what I should have been paid for that AWOL Nation thing. Definitely aren't getting rich off music videos like the MTV days. Yeah, well also Daniel Ash is in several other bands. He's in Bauhaus, Tones on Tail, and Love and Rockets. And he did a couple tours as Pop Tone, which is the old Tones on Tail band touring with the different bassists, which is like the drummer's daughter. And then also Love and Rockets has been touring the last couple years. So that's probably getting in the way of even launching the new band. So, but they have been in the studio, but maybe they're just holding on or not finished. Who knows? I don't know. Actually, I don't know mobile games that well, to be honest. I don't know, like, I can't even think of what they look like. I don't play hardly any mobile games, to be honest. Yeah, they do make a lot of money. Like, I worked for Blizzard, but they were owned by Activision, and now Blizzard and Activision are owned by Microsoft. But it wasn't just Activision and Blizzard, it was Activision, Blizzard, and King. It was a trio of companies the last, decade. And King is a mobile game company, and they make Candy Crush. And that game has been out for so long, but it still makes... it still makes more than any other game at the company. It's insane. And that's just one game. Candy Crush. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting in on that game too, because it's probably pretty simple stuff. It probably pays good, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't even really know. I'd have to definitely do research to figure out what to put in a portfolio, because I am not familiar with what they need. I'm just kind of imagining. Alright, let's see. One last thing before I log off. White, so he can stand on top of the others. So I think his body's done now. Oh, I gotta do his arrows. That's right. I'll do that later. Oopsie. Do so much with that, because you can just crank that stuff out so quick and easy and have all this time to do your own stuff too. And so even if the work was lame, you aren't crushing your soul spending every waking moment doing it, you know? Crazy. Like if I didn't have to drive into work too, like the amount of time I have driving into work is literally an entire, and it's only 3 days a week, just that 3 days a week is an entire day's worth of hours that's being taken away. Because it's like minimum 9 hours a week that I spend commuting for 3 days. It's an hour and a half each way, average. I could do so much more with that time. Yeah. And that stuff's kind of fun too, even if it's like simple drawing. I did a test to do like keyframe cleanup years ago for that show Axe Cop. And they were all like fully staffed, but I did a little test for them just to see, because I wanted to work in animation, like doing that stuff. And I passed the test actually, and they sort of offered some work, but it was just going to be kind of part-time as needed, because that's all they really needed. But then I ended up getting another previs gig and got really busy with that, so I couldn't even really call them up, you know, to like follow up and be like, hey, so you got anything for me? And then I just didn't really hear anything from them. So it just kind of fizzled out, but it's kind of nice to know I at least passed the tests. But I'm sure the pay was abysmal. It was just cleanup work. But still, it was still kind of fun, and it wasn't very draining. Just had to match their style and draw simple stuff. Yeah, previs can be. It's like more visual effects type pay. So and partly because if previs is needed, it's already a pretty big budget movie or game or project anyway. Oh, let's see. I forgot the Einstein thing. What were you saying? Oh, no. Do tell about the Einstein thing. Just on a train? Like, you don't have to be going thousands of miles an hour next to a black hole? It's not like it's that sensitive? That's crazy. And time crash. No, don't tell me that. No, I'm just gonna sit still then. That's pretty interesting. That shit makes no sense to me either. Even time dilation in space and stuff. Black holes, like, I don't know. I'm not smart enough to understand, to fully comprehend it and make sense of it. It's just confusing. And I can understand it on a Star Trek level. To have fun with it, but actual literal physics and how things really work with it is... Yeah, for sure. I actually, one of the audiobooks I listened to while driving to work a while back on my long commute was I got that Neil deGrasse Tyson's book, Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. So it's basically like astrophysics for dummies. But it's probably like old hat for him, but it was fascinating to me. So it was a fun listen. Yeah, if you're a Neil deGrasse Tyson fan or astrophysics and that stuff, it's a good read, I think. I would recommend it. Yeah, it could be inspiring for art stuff too, though. At least for me, I love space and sci-fi and all that stuff. Alright, let's see. So here's the current state of this sucker. Let's see. Okay. Almost done. Probably put a little kind of white halo, real thin outline of him just to make him pop out a little bit. But then I just have to draw the torso of Dutch here, and it's pretty much done. Oh yeah, there's a lot more. Yep. I've been working on it. I've been streaming all week doing this, and yeah, it's almost done. So I just kind of have to fill this area and make him pop just a teeny bit more. And that's about it. Done, and then I get to start on my comic. Woo! Yeah, let's see. Yeah, here we go. I think I'll show you real quick. I think if yeah, you can see this. Okay. I'm gonna jump off in a minute here, but before I go, since you've been hanging out, it's been fun to hang out actually, dude. Thanks for chilling with me. I'll show you a couple of things I have going for my Punished comic here. This is what I'm starting after I finish this page. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so here it is. So yeah, it's a play on the Punisher sort of, but yeah, his daughter gets killed by a gang in an accident, and you know, he goes in a coma and comes back and wants to punish people for, you know, becomes a vigilante to punish people for killing his family. But I'm gonna change the design a bit, but it's gonna be like basically a rabbit skull on his chest that looks like the Punisher skull, and it's a shirt his daughter gave to him, so he'll be wearing that while he gives out justice to everyone. Yeah, this is something I drew on the plane while I was traveling. Same with this one. Just like little promo art. And then tried to do like a pin-up of him here too, so. This is a little closer to his look. He's gonna have a mohawk like this too. Like taxi driver sort of thing, you know? He goes crazy and shaves his head and does a mohawk. And although he's not really gonna have weapons in the first issue, because he just grabs all the tools from his house and goes and uses his tools to like tear stuff up. So, oh, thanks. Yeah, that one turned out cool. I like that. It's definitely like a good vibe. It's gonna be very violent. It's it's something I've had a lot of death and tragic stuff in the last year happen in family and personally and stuff. So, we talked about this in person too. But for anyone that's listening, I think I was telling you at Lightbox too. So this is gonna be like, I wrote this out of, grief and rage. So this is gonna be like art therapy to draw this, like a cathartic purge of the bad feelings, so I can be a productive member of society. So it felt good writing it, so it'll feel good to draw it too. So it's be fun. So everyone can watch me rage draw the next few weeks. So, but yeah, there it is. Save again. I'm gonna version up just to be sure. It sucked to lose it all right now. Corrupt file or something. Whew. It's cool too. I'm also doing a let's see. Yeah, I'm recording a time lapse of the whole thing in here too. So, and I have the streams. Do a whole video of it. But yeah, dude. Good hanging with you, Garrett, and anyone else who's watching silently. But oops, there we go. Cool. All right, dude. Well, good luck with the job hunt too, dude. I hope something lines up soon, and yeah, if you find out some cool stuff about mobile games too, let me know. But yeah, I'll catch you later. Yeah, I'll probably stream some tomorrow, and then some over the weekend too with those other guys. So I'll be around. All right, laters.